We are. Are we live?
Am I live? Do you have sound? Am I
You're
live?
down.
Am I alive? Are you alive? Can
Hang
you
on, let me get my
feel
headphones
my
on.
energy?
Let me make sure I can hear you.
Do you see what you can see?
Yeah, you're good. You're
I'm
good.
absolutely fabulous. Eh? Comme si, comme ça.
Come see, come saw.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but such is life.
Little of this, little of that.
You know,
Such is life. What was
such
life?
is life. Such is life. So what, my friend, is today's show about?
I have no clue. I just titled it Dalmatians because it's the 101st episode.
Yes, why?
I
Why
really
would we call
don't
the
have
show
a point.
Dalmatians?
I don't have a point.
What if I do?
Okay, go ahead.
What if-
I don't?
Drum roll, please.
Go ahead. What's your point?
A, it's the 101st episode, for those of you not paying attention. If you're getting a little spotty on it. B, we got new puppies.
Yup.
We got new puppies.
Yup.
Right?
We got new puppies.
Lucy and Run are upstairs.
I forgot about puppies.
Lucy is the cutest. She's bigger. I don't know if you'd figured that out yet. Right, Ron? Oh my God, though, they're the best. They're so smart. They'll be 8 weeks old, like either today or a couple days ago or a couple days. But
Okay.
they are. I don't know if to say bloodhound. That's funny. They are boxer bulldog. So fitty.
Fitty.
I've seen the mother and the father, and I mean it's a boxer and it's a bulldog,
It's a
and I
bulldog.
mean it's actually a purebred alpha blue bulldog, but
Oh,
that's
really?
not relative to. In my head, these are cute little mixed breed puppies, and this is a breed that. It's the reason I finally buy in. For those of you that don't know, I've fought the whole dog thing along the way. Shoot, there's a picture in front of it. My big boy Jaeger's up there, 180 pounds of love. He was a young dog when he went, huge heart attack, which is not uncommon of his breed.
Okay.
At the time my grandson came into our life, we had two dogs. We had Jose and we had Roxy. Jose was a Heinz 57 mixed breed, a little bit of this, a little bit of that,
Right.
maybe about third pit bull. Beautiful dog, and you only ever saw the pit bull if he was pissed, because all of a sudden you'd see a look. He'd turn his legs, all of a sudden he was ready. He'd take stance, and it was so funny because the cops got called on Jose.
Okay.
Jose was racist.
Okay.
I
Wait,
had
did
nothing-
Jose call the cops, or
No.
did the cops get called on Jose?
Jose is a dog.
Okay.
Jose called the cops. No, okay, so I was not around. I didn't raise Jose, and I'm not saying that's anybody's.
Right, I got you.
Jose was racist.
Okay.
About three
There's some
doors.
dogs that are racist. I
About
know.
three
Yeah.
doors down, there was a young lady. Her race not important, but let's just say Jose didn't react to her.
Right.
And she had a lover,
Okay.
an ex-lover as well. He was actually, I think, an ex-husband, but he would stop by every once in a while, you know.
Right. So what's Jose saying?
So the guy calls the cops because Jose got out of the backyard. He calls the Gahanna cops to let them know that there is a pit bull loose in our neighborhood.
Oh snap!
Now, I knew exactly what dude had seen, and he was correct in his assumption.
Okay.
But
What
I
did he
will
see?
say, he saw a pit bull. I know what Jose looked like pissed off because he hated me. He was so protective of other people. We had a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
I'm the dude that used to carry him outside so he could poop
Yeah.
at the end. That I'm the one that looked at him as he was about. He couldn't stand up anymore.
Right.
I was carrying him outside. Our son Joey was stopping by to take him out once a day while I was. It was a thing.
Right.
I looked at him and said, "Dude," he would look at me like, "Dude, turn your back." I literally give me this. All he could do was you had to set him in the grass and he couldn't move, but then he could do his business.
Yeah.
But he couldn't do it until you turned around. That's how
Okay.
embarrassed he was. You could feel his manhood drained out of him.
Okay. That's a bit odd for.
Well, but he couldn't stand up.
Oh.
Especially on the wood floors upstairs, his feet would slide right out from underneath him.
Dang.
So he could stay inside and you could put food and water next to him and he could eat. but he needed somebody to come and literally carry him outside.
Yeah.
I looked at him and I said, dude, I got to do right by you.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't walk, if this keeps going on, I see that this is not living for you, and I promise I'll do that for you.
Mm.
But you need to know. We took him into the vets.
Okay.
And we were going back in on Friday.
Okay.
We didn't have a good prognosis, so we thought we were probably going to lose him. If the situation was the same on Friday, we knew we were putting him to sleep for his pride. I was connected with my dude.
Dang. So that's Jose.
No, that's Jaeger.
Oh, that's Jaeger.
This is first dog. This is the dog that was here when I moved in.
Okay.
Dude walked into the vet on Friday and said, "Fuck you."
I'm
lived
living
2 more fucking years. Relearned how to walk.
He
Never walked the same. But I'm telling you, walked in on a tile floor to the vet's office and looked at that vet and said, "Hell no."
That's what's up.
Hell no.
That's what's up.
But so the guy calls the cops, and the Gahanna cops come to my door. And they want to see the pit bull. They said, "We have a unit about it to report about it to do pit bull."
Yeah.
There's a dog standing behind me, happy to see the guy at the door, excited for him to pet him. So I move back and I go, "Sergeant, this they've got to be talking about
Jaeger.
Jose.
Jose.
About Jose. They've got to be talking. He's a mixed breed dog. He's not a pit bull."
Right.
And he's petting, the officer's petting Jose.
Yeah.
You never would have known unless you saw him pissed off. I knew the dude wasn't lying. I knew exactly what had happened. And I got my dog under control.
Jose.
I felt awful. Don't get me wrong. I took care of my dog.
Yeah.
When the cops showed up and my happy dog was back there wagging his tail, I was like, "Yep, this is the dog." And
they're like, "Okay."
And they left. But I did get... So then Roxy was our boxer.
Okay.
Roxy was pure white. Now, the funny thing was...
It's a funny name for a boxer. I like it.
You know what? I'm going to tell that story. And then some.
Okay.
That what happened was... my wife's mother had gotten a white boxer for one of our sons.
Okay.
Now, admittedly, though, he had just left for school. And that meant we had a white boxer. Right? You're like... Thank you for asking about getting them a pet I need to raise. It worked out beautifully. Please understand, this is not a complaint. This is the way the universe works. Just the way it works.
Yeah.
Isabel was such an amazing dog. She sat outside.
What happened to Roxy? You was about to get into the... Okay. You're jumping from dog to dog, and I'm like trying to keep up.
There are so many dogs in this.
I'm trying to keep up.
I'm giving you all Isabel.
Right.
Joey's dog.
Okay, Joey's dog.
Joey's dog bought for him by my mother-in-law.
Right.
So ended up here, Jose and Isabel.
Okay.
For about a year. Isabel was so smart, and she's who laid out there in the lawn while I built the back deck, the first piece.
Okay.
So man, Isabel and me.
So the one in that one picture where it was just the first, like the deck was red.
No, that's Roxy, I think.
Okay, that's Roxy.
The deck was in. She comes shortly. We're almost there.
Okay, we're almost there.
I know you're excited.
Okay.
I know. You're like, "Where's Roxy?" Well, eventually, my son gets an apartment, and the dog moves up to Lima where they live. Because it's his dog that my mother-in-law got for him. So, of course, my daughter Echo and my wife Sean are devastated.
Okay.
As am I.
Right.
We begin to go, you know what I really want is a white boxer. I want a boxer like Isabel, is what everybody's saying.
Okay.
There aren't as many of the white ones. They're not considered, they don't breed a ton for white.
Right.
And we were getting ready. We went on vacation down to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
As we do. As we do. I don't have anything. I'm broke, but God bless you, Mom. I love that house in North Carolina. I know. And if suddenly the studio takes off And the people I find to buy that house in North Carolina is people that want to support and build another studio there. Oh, hell yeah. I will stand at the beach and listen to people tell me stories all day. But anyways, so we're in North Carolina. We get a phone call from my wife's sister, my sister-in-law.
Right.
She has decided she has to take in this dog because the woman that had her had decided, you know what, it was just more responsibility than she wanted.
Okay.
So she was just feeding her next to nothing like table scraps and not taking any responsibility.
That's kind of messed up.
So my sister-in-law decides she has to take this dog to her house. And that if we don't, she will. Somebody has to save this dog.
Right.
Skin and bones. Poor thing. I mean, not...
So this is Roxy, right? Or are we on another dog? I'm sorry.
I'm not going to tell him just because you know what, he's so excited.
No, I'm trying to keep track.
And amazingly, we'd been looking around for a white boxer.
Right.
Because we wanted a boxer like Isabel.
Okay.
And this dog was a white boxer.
Okay.
And you're like, universe crap again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, of course we said, well, we want to meet her.
Right.
And she was this amazing dog with this stripper name. And you were like, okay, Roxy, we tried everything. Oh, my God. We went from name to name to name. I'll tell you a secret. Dogs know their name. Call them what you want. As long as you call them for dinner, they'll come. That's what I love about dogs. You know what? Feed me, and I will put up with anything. That's the dog's motto. Stomach happy, dog happy.
Dog happy.
That in the end, what you realize, she was a stripper with a heart of gold. She was kind of, oh my God, she was so amazing because she was so thoughtful, so loyal, so a diz.
Mm-hmm.
She was empathic and, paid attention.
Mm-hmm.
But also walked around the yard and sniffed the flowers. Like, I mean, literally.
Yeah.
You would watch her in the morning. She'd go out and each flower, she'd take a sniff.
You know what's funny about you talking about white bulldogs being so rare?
No, not...
Oh, white pit bull. Is it white
not
pit bulls?
bulldog.
Or, you were
These
talking
are
about
boxers.
white boxers. Oh,
White
okay.
boxers.
My neighbor had a bunch of white bulldogs, American bulldogs. And I remember going over there. I put my glasses on the table. The table, by the way, is at about knee height. So it's definitely in dog reach.
In dog reach, yes.
I lie to you not. Nothing was there but a frame. The tiniest part, like literally like a corner of my glasses was left.
You know they worried the hell out of it. Tiny little...
Oh my...
TV from my bungle.
They were just... They just destroyed it. And then they had a old golden retriever. I think his name was Blue or something like that.
Or something like that. There was a color involved. We're pretty sure.
There was an old golden retriever. And there was like I want to say 6 or 7.
I think everybody has somewhere in their life
American
an old golden
bulldogs.
retriever. You know, like this, you could picture like an old golden retriever. I don't know why. I know the second you said, I'm like, oh yeah, an old golden retriever.
Yeah, he was just chilling
and
around. He was going around. He goes.
In
to
my
sleep
case,
and
I think
stuff
it
like
was
that.
a she, and I can't for the life of me.
It's almost like an old golden retriever is almost like a lion, like an old lion or something. Like you look at him and you're just like, oh, I wanna come up to you and hug you and stuff.
Mufasa. Scar? Roxy was so, like, diligent.
Okay.
We never had to worry about... So then, eventually, there's a child.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da-da-da-da.
It'll be 10 years in August, actually, that since that one has been in the world. I'm not
Right.
specific on the... Anyways. You could go outside and work in the yard, and what you knew was you didn't have to listen for the baby. Because the second he stirred, Roxy was at the door to go check. That she, every night before she laid down, would go in and check on where everybody else was laying down to make sure they were safe.
Right.
That she would...
Kind of like Suge does. Suge does that. He
We're gonna have
goes
to-
around the house. He goes around the house checking to make sure that everybody's asleep. So does Grayson.
Yeah.
Grayson does that too.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
he'll come. Like,
Absolutely.
we'll be sometimes we'll be up a little late, and she'll come up to us and be like, "Yo, why you still up?"
For those of you that don't know, we have a cat named Suge Knight. I'm going to let you guess the color. It's going to be a whole voting thing. Everybody can kind of guess a percentage-wise
Yeah, sure.
of what color Suge Knight is. I will tell you he is a cat.
He is a cat. Yes.
He likes to keep him. God, he's in that paint me like one of those French girls pose again.
Is he?
It's really not attractive. I love my dude. He's kind of half covering his face.
He's doing this.
And he's a big cat. He's a big boy. He's
Yeah.
healthy and he keeps track of us. He'll tell us, man, why are
Yeah.
you not where you're supposed to be?
Yes.
First off, why isn't one of these
He
chairs at
came up-
least open?
He came up to me. He came up to me last night when I was up last night cooking. I shouldn't have been, but I was up last night cooking, and he came up. It was either him or Grayson. They came up to me and were like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I was like, "Yo, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude,
I'm
I
just
went up
doing
and
it."
ramened it. I didn't have. I did not have the energy. I'm like, it had been a day. We had a roller coaster of a day. But
Yeah.
so what happened was, I think the kid was 2,
Okay.
and I was looking on Craigslist at dogs. Sean was sure she wanted another dog.
Okay.
And I found a bull mastiff,
Okay.
full size.
So, this is Jaeger.
This is Jaeger,
Okay.
and so
I'm
we
keeping up now.
look at you. So it was big on me. I was big on the idea that we all needed to go meet the dog, and we'd gone and met another dog first. That was, man, that dog was gorgeous. Had beautiful red down its back. I mean, it was an amazing dog, but a little nippy towards Bentley.
Right. So he was like, "Nah, I can't do that."
You know, we talked and we talked.
We talked. we talked. We talked and thought and yeah.
And we didn't.
Okay.
But I was messaging people. We were going to meet dogs.
Right.
Is kind of the point. That I don't know if it was only one other dog. There might have been a couple. I forget. But maybe I had conversations.
Right.
And so we agreed to meet these people down in Groveport. Back when Groveport wasn't everything going on. The apartments are still there. Don't get me wrong. It was a townhouse, and Jaeger probably weighed about 150, 160.
Okay.
So, almost fully grown bull mastiff, if you want to picture him. One of these days, maybe we'll show a picture. So,
That is a dope picture.
big boy in a house with 8 people meant for 3 people with no yard.
A house with 8 people meant for 3 people.
With no yard.
Dang.
And I mean, he was not a small dog.
So.
And I will say this.
Okay.
He hung low. He was still all dude. And people objected to the fact that I did not get him fixed. It's not that I let him go use it. But I started thinking about the stuff about birth control for women and the hormonal changes. And the way in which we neuter dogs,
Right.
male dogs, is not
I've
a
always
snip.
thought neutering was a bit weird,
Well,
in my opinion. In my personal opinion.
well, we don't. But you don't think about it that we do it to all the girl dogs because you've never seen a girl dog with her period, have you? And girl dogs get periods unless they get fixed.
Oh, snap. I didn't even know that.
Now, don't get me wrong. Personally, I think either switching to a snip in male dogs or going in at least doing a tubal, which I don't like because it's more invasive, but it's which one I don't think you can mess with a dog's hormones. That was my argument for keeping my boy's testicles.
Right, I got
There
you.
may have been some... Dude, that's messed up.
That's castration.
And you don't,
That's
no,
the
you don't.
equivalent to
Here's
castration.
the other thing.
Yeah.
You don't think about it as much when you get puppies fixed, because they're not like.
Because they're not. But if you got a
couldn't
a
miss
dog,
it.
yeah,
There would have been like.
there's something to miss.
It's like if one of you guys out there had one of those big trucks with one of those big nut sacks hanging off it, and tomorrow you go out and the big giant nut sack isn't on it, you wouldn't have your manhood anymore, would you? But man, he was my big boy. I mean, when he passed away, he probably weighed about 180, but not all muscle. Oh my God, solid. He had some skin issues. It looked like It looked like he'd been through a really rough time. The guy that had him had been he was driving somewhere out in the country,
Right.
and he crossed the road. It looked to me like the guy might have hit him. It looked like he had road rash. I'm sure not on purpose. But anyways, dude, that dog. You got to understand, Mastiffs were raised to hang out in the Buddhist temples.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Go look up Tibetan Mastiffs if you want to see a dog.
Tibetan
Because
Mastiffs.
they are the ultimate chill.
Just chill as hell.
Oh, presence with chill, mind you.
Right, I got you.
For those of you that don't know, on occasion, my wife is babysat.
Mm-hmm.
In this particular occasion, she was in a back bedroom with the baby that she was watching. And the mother of the baby came in the front of the house. Now, because of Jaeger's perspective, it all loops.
I don't.
Sean was the mom. So that he knew to protect the baby was in the back with Sean. He didn't know the mom. The mom came in to just go back. Now you're thinking, you remember the story about Jose, all of a sudden we're going to see a pit bull or whatever.
Right.
That, Jaeger's going to set this straight. Now, do you know what 160 pounds does in a hallway if it's the chillest dog you've ever seen?
Lays there.
Oh, no. People can walk over that. Stands there. And moves you back.
Okay.
By moving 180 pounds down the hall. Not face first. Side first. You're not going where I don't want you to go.
He walked sideways down the hall.
Well,
Just.
yes.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's the ultimate chill, bro. That's like looking at somebody invading and going, "No, I apologize. The monks are meditating right now, and you're not coming in." I was like,
"That's funny."
And so it's about the time that little dude's 2 or 3 years old, and so at first, no, it was earlier than that, because I remember Bentley was learning how to walk. Oh, I said his name, Ben Hayes. Little dude, my grandson, the guy. I talk about it all the time. Anyways. He would try to hold on to Jaeger to stand up, to hold, like, because he was the right height, like a little taller than an end table or something, but it worked. Well, but Jaeger would get scared. Oh, that's when he was laying down. Jaeger was the right height for Bentley to stand up.
Okay.
And he would try to use him to stand up, and Jaeger would get scared and stand up and try and get away, because he was worried he was going to hurt the baby, and he quickly learned to just chill, even with the baby. That the big concern wasn't Jaeger was never in any way he wasn't aggressive like that.
Right, I got you.
If he got out, did we get phone calls about ruthless dog on the loose? Man, if you saw 180 pounds of him loping down the middle of the street,
you would think,
it looked like you were dealing with a predator. I mean, he spent a night in jail. They didn't come looking for us. They locked his ass up. They're like, dude, you're bad. You're trouble. But then he licked him to death. Oh, God, I miss my boy. So I've got a picture of Jaeger laying on the carpet in the kitchen. And Bentley full on, arms out, just laid back.
Yeah.
With the dog wrapped around him. And that's a boy.
It's crazy to me.
Which brings us to why we have dogs now. Go ahead.
It's crazy to me how you can tell how a dog was raised by the way that they act. Like, I've interacted with dogs where I was like, okay, I can tell. I see where you're at with things. Like, you got a backstory, you know. Yeah.
That. All of my pets have backstory.
Yeah.
All of my pets have that's. They wouldn't be my pet. First off, they're not mine. Yeah. They're not, as far as Bentley and I. I've never had a dog, but I don't think of them as mine. I think of them as things that I take. It's my response.
Things that you take care of.
If I am going to provide for another living thing,
right?
You or Clyde. If I agree to take that on, there's a backstory.
Right. That's true.
I'm attached to the
Shoot,
turtles,
Millie.
the axolotl.
There was a dog called Millie, who my neighbors had, and okay, the family was amazing. So I knew it wasn't them. I knew it was the previous owner. But every single time I will walk across the grass to go across where Millie's domain was, oh my gosh, that dog was barking at me. Okay, that dog was barking at me like I was coming in to do something bad.
Yeah.
But what do you call it? The family was awesome. I used to play video games with them. I used to do all kinds
Some
I used to
dogs
watch
are just
movies
jerks.
with them.
No, let me say this. Just like people, every dog has a different perspective, even no matter the breed. So there's the
other
people,
neighbors. The other neighbors.
nurture.
The other neighbors. They wouldn't bark at sometimes. Like I had a friend who was mixed. She wouldn't bark
wait a minute.
at them.
Is there a?
The dog wouldn't bark at them.
What were the owners?
What were the owners? They were white. They were
So
Caucasian. But look, I knew it wasn't that family. I knew it was the family, like the previous owner.
So
they told me.
But you just told me there was a shade thing.
They told me
like the dog had that.
The dog had a shade thing, bro. I'm telling you,
the dog had to say certain words.
The dog had a shade thing on whether or not to bark. I swear he did.
Racist damn dogs.
They're funny, bro.
Oh my god. God, that's too funny.
My neighbor, he was like, yeah, that dog, we got him from somebody or something. He had a backstory or something like that.
He had a backstory.
That was like he had a backstory. And it was like okay, I get it. So eventually I just got used to when I walk across to go to their house, the dog's gonna bark at me.
Hey,
that's it. Yeah, I just got used to it.
Well, it's like watching past the crazy dude on the corner, walking past the crazy dude.
Walking past the crazy dude on the corner. I know what you're saying. Like
walking past the crazy guy on the corner, right? That he's not. It's not about you.
Yeah, I got used to that. I got used to that with animals. Walking through where I was, there were so many dogs. I swear, everybody on the block had a dog. So like walking down to the bus stop, I had to walk past dogs, and I had to get used to just them.
Well, and the best is dogs do bark at each other, and they are talking.
Yes,
they really are.
They're really talking.
This is what's good. I'm telling you. End of the show, and why there's a picture of the daughter.
Shoot, I had one dog get out and bark at me, and I guarantee he ran at me. So look, I'm gonna explain this story. So I was just walking, going to school and stuff like that, feeling good about myself. I got my book bag on and stuff. I'm ready to go learn, you know?
I got you.
I walked past this dog. This dog's barking at me.
Right.
For some reason, I'm just cocky today. So I'm like, I start flicking off the dog. And I'm like, you can't touch me. Blah, blah, blah. I start talking.
Taunt the bear.
I start
I've
talking.
been having this conversation with a 9-year-old. Don't taunt the bear.
I start talking shit to the dog.
To the dog.
And then, I swear, you should have seen my face when I realized the gate was open. I keep walking. I didn't realize the gate was open. The dog comes running out. He comes running out.
Yo, dude, you serious? Yo, dude. Yo, dude. Yo, dude. Yo, dude. Yeah. You serious? Yo, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you. Dude, I'm telling you. I ran so freaking fast, man. I dropped my book bag and everything. I was like, I need to get away from this dog. I don't need to go to school. I need to get away from this dog.
Oh, my God. Shouts out to James Clark Maxwell. My first dog was a Cairn Terrier like Toto.
Okay.
With so much fight in him, I could picture. He did not have that. He did not have those issues. But man, he was yay big, bark this big, and I saw him take out a Doberman.
So his bite was
Dude, he's that. I told you about this.
Okay.
He's the one that got run down. My dad always told me to let go of the dog if the dog's getting a fight. They all thought Max was going to be the
one to get in a fight.
No, they all thought I could take him.
Oh, okay.
Toto, Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
A little bit bigger.
Okay.
Male.
So this is Max.
This is Max.
This
is the dog my dad brought home because we were living in the Upper Peninsula.
Okay.
And this dog kept begging for food and had nothing.
Okay.
And it was supposed to get below freezing that night.
Oh, okay.
Max. James Clark Maxwell, to be precise.
Y'all gave him a full name?
My father named the dog after his favorite Nobel physicist.
Okay.
You can't make that up. But Max.
Right, I got you.
And so we'd moved. We were living in Bucyrus here in Ohio.
Right.
Before we went back to Michigan. It's a long story, anyways. And no, it's Bucyrus where we got him, actually.
Okay.
I was thinking it was Michigan. It was Bucyrus. Anyways.
Is that in Ohio?
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay.
just north of us.
Right,
Run
I
up
got
23, you'd be in Bucyrus
Right, I
in about
got
an hour
you.
and a half. That it was noticeable, and this dog had continued to kind of be an issue. Whenever he'd come by the house, if Max was in the yard, that we knew the
Dog go
Doberman.
off.
But we knew the owner too. The owner was awesome.
Right.
We already knew we got along. There wasn't like but they told me if you walk Max, if something goes down with another dog, you let go.
Okay.
He'll come home. He knows
Right.
that.
He knows to come home.
So I'm walking him. I think it was a Doberman. This Doberman, it comes full speed at us, and I let Max go. Max zips. He jets.
Okay.
And I'm in tears. I go home. Oh my God, this is going on. You know what? I'm telling him. We're in the backyard calling for him, the whole nine. Max gets back. He is covered in blood.
Oh, jeez.
We are like trying to get him to sit still, and he's letting us. We're looking for wounds. We can't find where the blood's coming from.
Because it's not coming from him.
Dude walks his Doberman down to apologize. From here to here, on the neck of the Doberman is ripped to frigging shreds. That dog was trying to kill him. The dog thought I was threatened, and was taking care of business.
Dang.
And Max,
taking care of
the
business.
things people forget is terriers were raised to be ratters. They were
Ratters?
Yeah, they were raised to go down holes and
Oh.
fight a crap ton of rodents at once.
Okay.
They were perfect on. You have to keep them on ships. Keep the
Got
rat
you.
population down. They're better than cats. Cats get bored.
Cats get
Cats,
bored.
you don't. Yeah. No, cats don't work on
That
ships.
is true.
Ratters, terriers.
Okay.
So that was supposed to just be an honorable mention, man. I was just trying to mention him because.
Well, shoot. That's a good mention, bro.
Oh, dude, see, you think if you slow down and think about your interaction with all the living things around you.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I learned so much. I learned so much from dogs. Don't taunt them at all, ever. It's a bad idea. Just don't.
Well, do you know what? I tell
don't.
Bentley?
What'd you tell him?
He used to always go, "How do I do it, Papa? How do I do it, Papa? How do I do this? How do I do that?" And the joke I always told him was, "Well, you got to do it the same way as you feed bears.
Carefully. Okay.
Count your fingers when you get done.
Count your fingers.
And if you approach everything in the world like that,
Yeah.
I don't mean afraid. I mean
No, I got
carefully. You can feed bears, but I suggest you put the food that far away.
Mhm.
That I don't mean.
Yeah, you don't.
And on top of that,
start licking you and
well-
get a taste.
and what? Don't taunt the bear.
Yes, don't taunt it.
That really, you can boil everything you need to know about life down to how to interact with bears.
I've never been bitten. Funnily enough, I don't know how.
Hey, how to interact with bears.
Oh my god, I've never been
Hey, did
bitten.
you want a Twinkie?
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
It's June.
Yeah.
It's Rainbow Month.
Yes.
I got no rainbows on, but I do have
I got-
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
I got red and blue on me,
So
color wise.
what happened was,
white.
I lost a dog a year for 3 years,
Dang.
and a cat.
And a cat.
Someday we'll do the cat show.
Shoot.
Shouts out to Archie, Archimedes.
I don't got as many cat stories. You're gonna have to carry that one a little bit.
That's okay. You do have cat stories.
I got cat stories
You
now.
do now.
but-
I know, right? Yeah, you do. I know you got cat stories. I know some of them. So, Jose was 20, almost 21 when he died, which is a long time for a dog.
Right.
Archie was a little bit younger, about 6 months younger. because they were about the same age when he
So he's
passed.
21 and 6 months, or minus 6 months.
Yeah, probably more like
About the
19
same.
going on 20.
Right,
Yeah,
something
like
like that.
that.
Something like
Archie was my cat. Archie moved to this house with me.
that. Mhm.
Archie walked my kids to school.
Mhm.
Anyways, not a story about Archie. I love you, bud. So then we lost Jose. Roxy's hips gave out.
Dang.
We lost her. And then the following year, Jaeger had a heart attack.
Dang.
Died out back.
So there was a time when all three of those dogs were here together.
I have pictures.
Okay.
And everybody said, let's get a dog. Now, first off, let me explain that I basically was cleaning up after a full-sized human that used my backyard as a bathroom. So one of my reactions was, I want to break from cleaning up poop because I notice who's doing it, and it ain't anybody but me. Even though for the record, if you're close to your dogs, as far as distance, and if you go around afterwards, it's actually really good for your lawn to you can rinse
Shovel it in.
Well, no, you
Okay.
use a hard hose and you smallest pieces you turn it into it doesn't smell.
You spread it out.
You literally
bit.
liquefy it till it blends into the dirt, and what you're doing is giving fertilizer to your grass.
Oh, cool.
If it's too big or too solid, you gotta do something about it. But anyways, different stories for different days. I did have a shovel too. Sometimes you needed to work it.
Yeah.
But also, I just lost my dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go
So you're
into where
recovering
all
from that,
pets
I
are
got
buried where, but some are with us. One is out at a farm out in the country. But as far as location.
Location.
I don't want to ever point out where any of my pets are on the theory that somebody might dig them up someday.
No, I got you. I get that.
But man, I dug a hole for a 180-pound dog.
Jeez.
That was my dude. I literally, the feeling while I was doing it was, no, I'm doing my dude right. It's like, you know what, I'm here for my dude, I'm digging his hole. It was powerful. So as people are like, let's get a puppy, let's get a dog, I kind of make more of a commitment sometimes. That's no judgment on anybody else's commitment. I don't mean it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, so when I bring these animals into my world, in my head, it's on me. Don't get me wrong, fish die, animals die, everything
dies, everything lives, you know.
But, for instance, the day I got a bad heater from Amazon and it boiled every fish in Bentley's tank, no, I was upset.
Dang.
Didn't really boil. It got hot. It was bath water.
Jeez.
What it means
that
is
ain't good for fish.
Well, no, what it means is the thermostat in it was broken. It didn't turn off when it was supposed to.
Oh.
It was supposed to turn off when it got to a set temperature, and it was supposed to be a set temperature when you got it.
Right.
So I put it in and plugged it in, and we went to bed.
And
in the morning, it was bath water.
Yeah.
I probably could have saved the bala shark if I'd gotten him out, but I wasn't in my... As silly as it was fish, I know, but I wasn't in my right head about it. I should have said I could have saved the shark. But the point being, that interaction is a two-way thing with all of the other animals here. So it's not just like the talking to them. I talk to them.
Yeah.
I will let you tell tales later as to whether or not they ever listened. But so I've consistently said no for years now. I mean,
they listen. They definitely they hear and they understand and they know they got mental capacity.
Right?
Yeah.
And they teach axolotls and Clydes and fish. How?
I think you can glean knowledge from anything. So it's not so much that they teach, but you can learn something from anything. So
okay. Well, but isn't that teaching? Aren't we all always teaching? Just
think
as you move through the universe, aren't you teaching as people watch your
I
dance?
think there's a difference between teaching and intentionally teaching. But yeah.
I think everybody's teaching all the time, and I don't judge it. As opposed to, no, don't get me wrong. I value teachers. I see what you're saying.
Right.
No, I actually was talking just today to the teachers of school and was talking to them about how much I absolutely appreciate what they do.
Right.
That, no, What were the three things I said yesterday? It was philosophy, something, and teachers is the only job left.
Philosophy, shamans, and teachers.
I couldn't remember shamans.
You had said someone
that
was a
you
shaman.
can't get it. That we don't even give time to philosophers and shamans anymore, and we treat teachers like they have no value. And these are the people that actually figure out our universe.
Yeah.
And scientists. See, here's the thing. I'm down with it. In my head, all of that goes together.
All of that does blend together.
Logic, baby.
Yes.
I'm the Spock of spirituality, whatever the hell that means.
And then you can even keep going further than that. There's more things that are, I guess, jobs that humans deem valuable, but we don't sometimes. Jobs that are valuable to humans.
How do you judge success? How do we
you
measure
judge
it?
Success? I don't know.
Not necessarily you, but I mean, if you look at our world, how do we measure it? How do we measure what means you made it?
How
much you took from somebody else?
I think a good measure is how you treat animals. If you treat animals well, then you're doing pretty well.
Right.
As
I
a
agree.
person, I think.
Well, I've got a history with boxers. I've got a history with bigger dogs.
Okay.
I've got, and so I've said
so
no.
are the ones upstairs boxer and bulldog?
Boxer and bulldog.
Okay.
I love bulldogs. When they asked me if they would get, for a while everybody was pushing for a pug. And don't get me wrong, pug bugs are cool. I've got a son that's had pugs. I love the pugs. He has pugs. But if I was going to do a pug, I'd want a French bulldog. But then if you look up French bulldogs, A, the price is kind of high, and B, the medical issues are endless.
Right.
Bulldogs in general suffer from a lot of medical issues a lot of times. Whether it was that they inbred them too hard, or whether it was...
Yeah.
No, it was that they inbred them too hard.
That's the thing about the whole
mass-produced dogs are not
cool.
cool.
It's a problem.
But anyways,
it's a bit of a problem.
These are not that. So when I heard about a bulldog boxer mix, I thought about all of the medical issues on the bulldog side and all of the advantages on the boxer side with the cool bulldogness and the cool boxerness, both known for their loyalty.
Is that your favorite mix?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite mix, man. I like to see what the universe comes up with.
Okay.
And that's a shout out to the ladies. That's a shout out to the ladies of Atlanta.
I've always been a fan of Husky and Golden Retriever because I don't know
that's
why.
Not one I've ever heard of.
I want to get the majesticness of a Golden Retriever and mix it with like the wolf type ness of a Husky.
I'll be honest. For a while, I had a 180 pound Mastiff, bull Mastiff that I loved, who was unfixed. And did I ever think, so what could you come up with that would be, and because I'll tell you, he was just so cool. So you can see how we end up at a place where these I've thought about bulldogs, but in the miniature, French bulldogs.
Right.
I've had a boxer, loved her.
Right.
I miss having my dude.
Okay. So he was a bulldog mastiff.
No,
he's a bull mastiff.
Called a bull mastiff.
Okay.
It's a type of mastiff.
It's a type of mastiff. Okay, got
Tibetan mastiffs, for instance, have long hair.
Okay.
He did not.
I've seen Tibetan dogs, I think, before.
There's pictures of you get.
They're pretty.
You'll see them everywhere, and they don't always say who they are. But that hair that looks like a lion on a dog.
The one that he looks like a monk.
Yeah. So they come to me with this decision about which one to get. When I finally say, yeah, I'm interested in that mix. I haven't seen him at that point.
Right.
This is not how the way I think about dogs is a little bit different. That I knew I used to work in pet stores. I was the guy that helped all the other people working there by whenever we had different breeds of dogs, I'd write them little cliff notes. They had different cute things to say.
Okay.
Like the one for a Chihuahua said, the only good thing about this dog is easy to step on.
Dang. What the
Chihuahua's an attitude, man. I've met more Chihuahua. I'm not saying I haven't met some great Chihuahuas.
I'll be honest, I don't like Chihuahuas much.
Yokiro, this asshole.
No, because they just bark at me for no reason, and they feel the need to try and bite your ankles, and I'm like, go away. Go away, please.
Why do they bite? I mean, why do they bark?
Just go away. What?
Pulling out the shade selector. I have never met a Chihuahua that wasn't in some way racist. no matter who
In
owns
some
it.
way, yeah.
Well, no matter who owns
Yeah, I
it,
get
hating
what
the
you're
other.
saying. Because
I know people of every different ethnicity.
If you knock on the door of someone that has a Chihuahua, you will know immediately that you've made a mistake.
Whether or not you're the right shade for that development, Jesus. And for the record, what I'm saying is, if I'm in the wrong place, the dog reacts to me.
Yes.
And if Ross is in the wrong place, it reacts to him.
Exactly.
And oddly, if I go down to a place where Chihuahuas are common and Hispanic, they react to both of us.
Yes. I'm almost of the opinion that Chihuahuas hate everybody. Do you
realize I just did a spit take on realizing this about Chihuahuas?
It's almost an enlightened form of thinking with the other dogs, because they're like, some dogs are picking and choosing. They're like, I don't like these people, I like these people. But Chihuahuas are like, I hate everyone.
I think Chihuahuas naturally hate, and they pick up on. So if
they pick up
they're
on
living with,
yeah,
it's not that they hate. Okay, it's not that the person they're with hates the other people.
Right.
It's that they are so centered on that person that nope, you don't fit. I hate you.
Yes, exactly.
You come in speaking Spanish, and my master speaks Spanish. We good. Yo quiero. I want it. But if you walk into a house and you are the wrong flavor, and I mean if you're lemon, if you're vanilla, if you're chocolate, if you're red, if you yellow, I don't know. Firecracker, I don't know. But the point being,
I get what you're saying.
It's Chihuahuas that are racist. It's not the masters.
Chihuahuas are those dogs that take it to the max. If they're
Yo quiero.
Nah, if their owner is like if they're like ish on someone, then they're kind of like no. They take it to the max.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. We are running way long.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I need to tell you why.
We are.
My daughter's picture is the one we put up for a show called Dalmatians.
Tell me. What we talking about?
It's called Dalmatian because it's our 101st episode, obviously.
Yes.
Are there any... do you know, in this weird hall of memories that is our office, are there any Dalmatians in the room?
Do 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 do
do do do do. Do.
I want to say over there in that direction.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. Actually,
is it over there?
What you'll find is the gorilla that was given to me when I was a teenager by my father's business partner.
Okay.
The one now wearing
the
space
helmet. Okay.
I love these descriptions. The one now wearing the space helmet.
Yes.
Is wearing a sweatshirt.
Okay.
For 101 Dalmatians.
I see it now.
It has the Dalmatians on it. That was my daughter's favorite sweatshirt.
Okay.
That was the sweatshirt that she didn't want to quit wearing when it was too small, and the way I got her to finally give it up
was to put
it on my gorilla.
Right.
And so the funny thing is the gorilla has a chewed foot and all of that, but that gorilla, like most things in this room, is a great deal older than you.
Great deal older than me.
So, okay, I'm going to skip the weirdness and I'm just going to say this. Lately I've been talking a lot about me dying.
Yeah.
It's kind of driving everybody crazy. I'm not worried about it. Please, it's because it's a thought about permanence, I'm not, what the beauty has been is being able to see the seeds.
I got to use the bathroom. That's why let's go. Did
you see those little shiver, or whatever that is?
Dude, let's go.
So you got pee? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
How, really bad?
I can calm it down a little bit, but yeah. It's not gonna work.
And when I think about, I want it to be understood that part of the thing I want to do as far as the studio is, yes, I want this house to become a studio. But I want for, as long as any of my descendants want to, the house to stay
The house.
the house.
Yeah.
That the combination in house and studio is what made it what it is.
Right.
And I could picture Echo living here if I died tomorrow, and taking the chair over here, not as control, but as a voice.
Mm.
I even said it to Bentley today, because he goes, well, and then I could. And I said, yeah, exactly.
Right.
There's voices. Keep coming. All the seeds.
Right.
And I don't mean it just familially. I don't mean it about, like, the genetic.
No, I get what you're saying. I get it.
It hit. So it's not a bad feeling. It's just like recognizing if, for the longest, I've constantly felt like if I left, who?
Who would do it? Right.
And it's not like in my head I go, who would be me now?
It's who would be themselves.
Who would be themselves?
Who would be themselves?
Echo's very involved in what we're doing.
Yes.
As she can be.
Yes.
She works. She's got a life. She's got an amazing dude named Brad. Hey, Brad. Love you, brother.
What's up?
I hear about what you're going through. Sorry about that. If you need anybody to talk to, I'm here. I cannot in any way possibly describe or attest to the number of things over the last approximately 31 years my daughter has taught me. Now, one of the things that has allowed me to understand that is the 9-year-old upstairs has taught me.
Right.
And one of the things I learned was how much everyone had taught me.
All the dogs, all the cats, all the animals.
Well, no, so 101 Dalmatians. Wow, what a rough time. I moved out with my children from Echo's mom's, and we went and lived at my mom's that whole summer. The shirt predates the move.
Okay.
The gorilla was at my mom's house.
Oh. Okay.
But she was right there.
Shoot.
That I remember our favorite movie. You know, watching the swans fly south. That we were a team before all of these new teams. You know, I mean, we're talking years ago. I was a single father. I tried to create an environment like that in my mother's home. So we would actually hang out in the bedroom that I was using and watch movies. And the best one we could find was Fly Away Home. And because it's about a father and a daughter. And so it's hard to find. There's a lot of mom-daughter movies, a lot of father-son movies, there's a lot of that. But the single dad, you know, daughter thing was really powerful for us.
Right.
Which made sense because I could see through her eyes. She showed me that. That the way she watched all living things, the reason there's an iMac here that isn't up and running. I know, David, I said I was going to send you the hard drives. I'm really sorry. I know. Maybe there's a reason it's here. I haven't figured it out yet, but I think regularly about sending it to you so that we could get the stuff off it. B movies. Long before there was a B movie, damn it. She would go out. We had there were bees out by this big bush my mom had. She wasn't afraid of them. She'd go out and make these amazing videos. Because my dad had bought an amazingly expensive video camera in the 90s so that his 3 or 4-year-old granddaughter could run around the yard with it.
Right.
A little spoiled much? I don't know where I get it from. But, God, I just saw that connection to my dad spoiling her and me spoiling him. But she was very reverent of the life around her. You remember that kid? Remember when you were that kid? Anyway. Because we spent a lot of time in the woods and stuff. And because you had to find... Don't get me wrong, we went to the park one day. Her mom tried to run us over for a while. There were some bad things. But she was right there, even when she was in my arms.
Right.
Her energy...
That she was teaching that whole time.
My sense of responsibility for her, at points, probably kept me alive. I had her before I went into prison.
That's deep.
And I will always, to my dying day, remember her scream as I was taken out the back of that courtroom that day. No idea. She wasn't even speaking yet. But I remember that scream. I'm not saying we've always had it easy, because that's not how life works.
Mhm.
You know, she and I have talked about doing a show with her sister about that very thing.
Yeah.
About, I would just open myself up. But when I think about Dalmatians, I smile. No matter the version, hey, check out Just a Version from 3J out there on the internet, by the way. We spent a day on Just a Version.
Yeah.
And no matter which version of Dalmatians, it's good because it's got the same guy in it that stars in Fly Away Home, Jeff Daniels. That Jeff Daniels is an amazing actor. Find him wherever you can. That, oddly, our very favorite movie when they finally did the 101 Dalmatians live action.
Right.
Starred our actor from the movie that was ours when she was a little kid.
Really?
That Jeff Daniels is the father in Fly Away Home, and Jeff Daniels is the dog owner in 101 Dalmatians and 102 Dalmatians, the live action movies.
Snap. So that's a crazy connection. That's
Like a Virgin.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
Touching for
That's
the very
cool.
first time, all connected. Like a Virgin.
Yeah.
Next to mine, I don't know. That's a Madonna song, but that's the takeoff on Like a Virgin is Like a Virgin.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here, and that's the moment it all clicks in my head.
Okay.
And so what I do is I tell you stories about dogs,
Yeah.
knowing where I'm going. God, I can't wait to see you guys next week. I'll be honest. It's been
a good week.
It's
been a good week. It's been a good week.
It's
been a good week. It's been a good week. It's been a good week.
It really, I don't want to underplay it. It has been an amazing week. But every week has been amazing, and some of them I just couldn't notice. That I'm telling you, every time people reach out and they offer us their time,
Yeah.
forget the rest, I don't care. Somehow it'll work.
Okay.
What matters to me, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
You.
You.
That camera, this camera.
That camera, this camera,
we
this.
ain't plugging nothing.
What you got going?
I ain't buying, I ain't selling, baby. All I want to do is give.
Yep.